Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you for a few minutes. We're going to talk about a thing or two. Talk about a thing or two. Hold on, let me. Yeah, we're going to talk about a thing or two. But welcome. Welcome to the show. um, all right. Hold on. I'm trying to look at these comments here. Of course, y'all know I got to say hello to the people. Hello to everybody as y'all coming in. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Anthony, good afternoon to you. Paul, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Yo Underwood in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And Andrea, representing downtown. Good afternoon, Andrea. Brent, he's representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Regina, good afternoon to you as well. My OSHA, good afternoon. She said, help her get through these last 2 hours. Y'all help her get through these last 2 hours. I'll be a little busy. Carolyn, good afternoon. Let's see. Carolyn says, I wonder where that lady is that cursed you out. I hate when people say curse. As a black man, it's always been cussing. A curse is something somebody put on you. Nothing you touch. You know what I'm saying? That's a curse. But I don't know. Diane, good afternoon, Diane. Good afternoon. Yo says no R word talk today, please. I didn't bring it up. Somebody else brought it up. Sierra had happy Tuesday. She's representing Boston. With refrigerated ketchup. Erica, good afternoon, representing Reading. Good afternoon. Benita, good afternoon, Benita. Good afternoon. Alethea, good afternoon, Alethea. Good afternoon. Let's see. Daryl says, wow, I can scroll and watch both Wyatt and E-Man live streams. Facebook new update is cool. I was not even aware such a thing existed. But cool. Can't beat that. I got Wyatt on over here, by the way, as well. Who is this? Bro Danelle? Well, good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. Jason, good afternoon. Good afternoon. He's representing Fairfield. Daryl say watching the King and I need to reach out to Wyatt about the King and I. Cause it seemed like he always be the one, to make the connection. I'm gonna reach out to him. When I get off the air tonight, this evening, sometime between now and tomorrow, I'll reach out to Wyatt, set up a King and I. See if he still want to do it. No reason to believe that he doesn't. Paul says, my bad, E-Man. Cussed you out. Thank you. That just feels better to me. Pamela, good afternoon. She's representing North Avondale. We got Maria in the house representing North College Hill. All right. Lamont says, grand day, powerful, royal people. Got Fame in the house. Fame, always a pleasure for me to be in your audience, and it's always a pleasure to have you in the audience, Fame. Always a pleasure. Terry, good afternoon, Terry, representing downtown. Nat, good afternoon, Nat Turner. He's representing Madville. Let me see, we got Vanessa in the house. Good afternoon. Please keep my son in prayer. Thursday, he was thrown to the ground by District 3 police, and he was hurt. He is 18 and has autism, epilepsy, cerebral palsy, I am hurting. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I will. I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. I hate to hear things like that. Of course, I don't need to know no details to pray for your son. So I will be praying for your son. I will. Sierra. Sierra, she's talking about talking to Brent, responding to him. Ben, thank you for checking us out, representing Loveland. Got LaDonna in the house, representing East Price Hill. Jay, I ain't seen you in a minute, Jay. He checking in from Blue Ash. All right. Let me see. Vincent say what's good. Hope the chat is better than the earlier shows. Please get a flyer for the King and I. And if I let Wyatt make it, I won't be on the flyer. Oh, that was funny. I really wasn't offended by that, but he was concerned for a minute, like, you weren't offended by it. I'm like, no, I wasn't offended by it, not at all. Janice, good afternoon. She's representing Cincinnati, but what neighborhood? What neighborhood in Cincinnati? Let's see. Brenda, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Vanessa says, thank you. And everybody else, I mean, if you believe in prayer, say a prayer for her son. Or if you don't believe in prayer and all that stuff, send positive energy his way. Whatever you do, just positive thoughts even. Whatever works for you. Let's see. LaDonna. Yes, prayers for her and her family. Ben says, I don't represent Loveland. I just live here. No, you represent wherever you watching from at the moment. You are the representative of that area. Angela Kinney, sugar or salt and butter changed my life. My income doubled today. Because I got information that I didn't know before. See? So don't ever look at a conversation and think it don't mean nothing. My life has significantly changed based on one conversation, really based on one word. Let's see. Tria in the house. Good afternoon. Sierra says, wait, so it wasn't a skit? He really did leave you off the flyer. I don't know. It seemed like so long ago now. I think he really did leave me off, but I wasn't offended. I think he did two of them, one, I think for his page, and then one kind of jointly, and he might have either he intentionally or accidentally left me off, and he was asking if but I didn't. It wasn't a slight to me. I don't want nobody to think I'm saying that. It wasn't either way that it happened. It wasn't intended to be a slight. And of course, when I saw it, I think he texted me did you see the flyer? And of course I start picking with him yeah, Ian, where was I on the flyer? And we just thought we would carry that over to the show a little bit. But nobody was offended. He didn't mean any harm. I didn't take offense. And we have fun with it. I like Wyatt. I always have to say this because it's just the truth. I don't agree with everything that he says. And some of the stuff that I agree with that he says, we agree for different reasons. But I think I agree with a lot of what he says. We agree on a lot of stuff that you really wouldn't think. But we really do. And the differences that we have, again, one of the reasons that I like the guy is because we can sit down and have a conversation. And we can talk and laugh and joke and then get passionate and heated and use bad words, when we talking to each other. Because y'all know I don't cuss. Sometimes y'all make me cuss, but I don't cuss. But we can do all of that kind of stuff. And then when all is said and done, it's like, All right, man, much love. Like, bro, I love you too, blah, blah, blah. And we move on about our business. So I enjoy being able to have a good, passionate conversation with somebody and it don't end up like, ooh, they hate each other. Because it's like, no, we don't. We just are both, passionate about whatever we're passionate about. That's why I like listening to his show. I like to hear the passion in his voice. And he don't know this. I don't know that I've ever told him this before. I love it when he jack up words. Because Wyatt can jack some words up. But I love it when he jacked the words up. Because I don't love it like, oh, I'm laughing at him because he don't know nothing. Because he's clearly an intelligent guy. There is something, and I do it too. There is something about just saying it how you feel it. Just saying it, whatever. There's something about that just, it entertains me. It gives me joy, all of that good stuff. So I love it when I'm listening to his show and he's mispronouncing stuff and mispronouncing names and all of that kind of stuff. I think it adds to, I'm gonna say, the charm of his show. So yeah, but nah, I really do. I like Wyatt. I like talking to Wyatt. I like arguing with Wyatt. All that kind of stuff. And if you watch his show from a certain perspective, you can be mad at him. You can, be hateful towards him, all of that kind of stuff. But if you watch it from my perspective, it's just a guy passionately expressing himself to his audience. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Again, as always, I encourage everybody, check out his show, support the brother. Support the brother. I don't even know where we got from Sierra. So was it a skit? Oh, and Janice. Because yesterday, I was talking about telling the truth. And Janice, Miss Teacher, Educator, all of that kind of stuff. How do you not know how to spell truth? You spelled it wrong. You spelled truth wrong. I was shocked. Like, who doesn't know how to spell truth? It was an educator and she was trying to correct me. And she spelled it wrong. She spelled it like TRUF. And I'm like, that's truff. That's truff. Everybody knows truth is spelled TROOF. All day, every day. How you spell that wrong? You got to tell the truth. Let me see. Fame says he's representing Finneytown. All right. Hold on, let's see. Oh, Jay said he's been busy moving to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. All right. Oh, I think I got everybody for the hellos. My else say, how we make you cuss? Y'all know y'all be making me cuss. I think y'all do it on purpose. Veronica, good afternoon. Angela says, I think fundamentally blacks possess the same values, but can shift on a dime to contradicting themselves. I think that's true too. And sometimes we don't know it, but other times it's intentional. If that makes sense. When is it ever a good idea to contradict yourself? It can be. I'll point it out when it happens. LaDonna says she get weak when Wyatt be messing words up too. I do, and I enjoy it. If he said everything correctly, it would vex me. So I'm glad that he don't. Jay says, no, you don't. Stop it. You hate when people mispronounce words. Not really. It's not. It all depends. Like, if the mispronunciation changes the meaning of the word, and it's a lot of elements to it. Yeah, names and pronunciations. I enjoy it. Oh boy. Oh no. Did I get everybody? Did I get everybody? Did I say hello to everybody? You and Twin stress each other out. Twin does stress me out. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't know if Twin does it on purpose. I don't know if he's doing what he does on purpose or, if it's accidental. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. Because he's not a dumb guy. But then he says some stuff that's like stuff that a dumb guy would say. But you know that he's not dumb. But I wonder about his ability to reason sometimes. If he's let his history and all of that kind of stuff create blind spots where he can't see through those blind spots to the logic that kind of contradicts some of his logic. Fave says he can do a real good impersonation of Wyatt. All right, let's see. What did I want to talk about? Hold on. I got a couple things up here. I didn't talk about this yesterday. The Lakewood shooting. Lakewood, that's the church that Joel Osteen is the pastor of in Houston. Somebody came into the church. I'm still not 100% sure on all the details. Somebody shot somebody, and either way, she ended up dead. The woman who I guess was the initial person who did the shooting. The person accused of firing rounds at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church has been identified, of course, 36-year-old Hispanic woman. Uh-oh. All of the anti-immigration people, they gonna have a field day with this. And I know people say they not anti-immigration. Look. I think I'm different than a lot of y'all on this whole immigration thing. I don't care. I don't care. I know the government ain't being fair. The way that they're doing things hasn't been fair. They are using public money and all that kind of stuff, and it seems like the Latinos, the what y'all want to call illegal immigrants, are getting more support than black people and all that kind of stuff. I don't know that you can blame the immigrants for that. You got to blame the government for that. People hating on immigrants, but I don't know. I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm different. I don't have a problem with anybody trying to figure out a way to have a better life. Hold on. Let me open up the phone here. Okay. Oh, I didn't change the settings on this. I'm gonna have to make sure that I change the settings on this. I don't know why that's that. Okay. I don't have a problem with anybody looking for a better life for them, for their family, for their future, whatever. I don't have any problem with it. Yeah, but them looking for their better life is affecting my life. Such is life. Such is life. It's a little bit about what we were talking about yesterday. I'm trying to come up. Me coming up don't necessarily bring you down, but if me coming up affects you in some way, shape, what, am I just supposed to stop trying to come up because I don't want to affect you? No. It don't operate like that. It being life. Life don't operate like that. I'm trying to come up. If I'm a musician, I want the number one song. But what about the song that's already number one? Okay, well, I want the number two song because I don't want to knock the number one song out the spot. No, I want to be number one. If it could be two number ones, I'd be cool with that. But it can't. I want to be. I don't have a problem. Even with the illegal immigrants. Well, I don't care if they come over here. You just got to do it the right way. Who determined what the right way is? I mean, I think people forget. Like, as a nation, we did a lot of dirty stuff. We did a lot of dirty stuff to a lot of people to create a position where then what? We treated you like dirt. We treated them like dirt. We treated us like dirt. And then we want to talk about the right way to get here. Come on. I understand the idea. Blade want to know who is we? We being the people who run this nation, this government. How about that way? If I say it that way, the government is we, because those are the people who represent us, whether they're us or not. Those are the people who represent us. So I don't have a problem with you. Get here how you get here. Get here how you get here. If you got to swim across a stream and climb over razor wire and you get here to create a better life, wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't you do it? If your situation was so horrible, I'm not saying all of their situations are so horrible, but they see a better way. And if all I had to do is get over there to get to a better way, wouldn't you? Like, for real, if we were boxed in here in Ohio, Cincinnati, life was kicking our ass. Not our, yo, yes, yo, Y-O. Life was kicking your ass. You ain't have a job. You ain't have a way to make it. Your family was starving, in danger of being murderized. You looking at the Ohio River, and you like, no, that's too big. I'm saying, you looking at the daggone Mill Creek, and it's like, if I can just get over that creek, over there, my family will have a better life. It ain't even like a whole, like, you know, Ohio River wide. It's like a quick 3-minute swim to prosperity, potentially, to a better situation than this. Wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't you do it? Janice said something. Wait a minute. Janice says, did you see 60 Minutes? Droves of Chinese people are coming in through the southern border. I was more upset about that. I'm not upset about the Chinese people either. I don't care. I don't care. I'm like that Oleta Adams song. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can. What she say? You can get here by a caravan. You could get here like an Arab man. You could windsurf. You could, whatever you do. I don't care how you get there. Would you care? Honestly, would you care? No, if it was you. They tell us. I say they tell us because I don't live there. I don't live in China. But they tell us that the Chinese government can be quite oppressive. And if you like, oh, I can't get transportation to get to the United States, or they won't let me in the United States, or they won't, whatever. I can't get to the United States, but I can get to South America. And then pay some people or, do whatever to get up there to the border, and then make that 3-minute swim. That dangerous 3-minute swim. There's alligators up in there, or crocodiles. I'm not sure which is down there. Would you do it? I saw, was it Jason? Jason says, the legal way, yes. So, Jason, you're saying, in all honesty, I mean, really, just for a minute, try to mentally put yourself in that position. In the position where, I don't know, you barely making it. When I say barely making it, I don't mean like us barely making it. Like for me, barely making it, to a large extent mean, after I pay all my bills. And I done bought everything that I want, put gas in my car, make it to work. To me, barely making it is, man, I got to scratch up the money to get some Chipotle. I got food at the house, but I wanted Chipotle, and I didn't really have enough money, so I had to scratch up some money to get some Chipotle. To us, that's barely making it. Like, you barely making it, bro. You living paycheck to paycheck. You barely got enough extra money to go eat out, twice a week. Not that kind of barely making it. I'll use kind of the description that one of my Latino friends who used to work at the meatpacking plant told me. There were certain things they couldn't do. Yes, their area was exceptionally gang infested and drug infested. And lives were lost, kids were kidnapped on a regular basis. He didn't make enough money really to have food for his family to eat because, he didn't want to involve himself in the drug trade. This is what he told me. I can't say that it's 100% true. Okay? But he didn't want to involve himself in the drug trade, but that was basically all that it was. But everybody knew if you was in the drug trade, you wasn't going to make it. Their house wasn't like a house here, like even a rundown house here. He said, you think of the worst house you could think of, like in what they portray, like in Mississippi, dirt floor, all of that kind of stuff. He said for him, for them, that was like a really nice house. Again, this is his story. That whole kind of tin roof with some stuff around it. People, I'm going to say drug lords. He didn't use the term drug lords. I don't remember the term that he used. But drug lords and their people being able to just come in and take your wife. And when I say take her, I don't mean kidnap her. I mean take her. Like, this is his life every day. So that's your life every day, Jason. And all you got to do is get to the Mill Creek and cross it. It's not legal, though. You telling me you wouldn't go to the Mill Creek and cross it? Because then that way, like he said, once you cross the Mill Creek, there was a number of them got together. They got an apartment. I think it was like 7 or so of them living in one apartment. But they sent a good portion of their money back so that, and the money that they were making here, which wasn't a lot of money, allowed their families to move to a better situation where they wasn't in danger. They could eat. Actually, what he told me was he was going to be here for, what did he say? A few years. I think he said 7 years. But the money that he would make here in 7 years, he would be able to go back home and live like a king. That's what he told me. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just telling you what the man told me. It was either 7 or 10 years. And when he went home, he would be able to live like a king, like a house, have money stored up and, not live in that same area, like live in a nice area. Jason says, and risk getting arrested. Yes, he would. Yes, he was very much. So you would just let your family be taken and killed and murdered, and well, killed and murdered is kind of the same thing. You would just let your family suffer because you don't want to get arrested. Because look, like you hear everybody saying, okay, what you arrest them and then you send them back. They gonna still try to come over here. Why? Because the upside is so good. I would do it. I would do it. I'd be at the Mill Creek like, oh, it's clear. Let me go. Oh, I gotta cross. Oh, let's run. Run in, run. Are some of them not necessarily the best people on the planet? Sure. That could be said for groups of anybody. Groups of anybody. Some black people not the best on the planet. Yep. Some Asian people. Yep. Some white people. Yep. I just don't have, and it's not always hatred in people's hearts. I get what people are saying. Basically, they're going to overtake us. Their power, their buying power, their voting power, their everything. The government is going out of their way to help them. Yes, their situation is different than the way a lot of our ancestors were brought here. Now, some of y'all don't know. Y'all people wasn't brought over in the same way that, traditionally we believe that people were brought over. But some people were. Some people were. And when I hear people talking about, our coach, because I heard Wyatt talking about today. I almost got a chance to listen to his whole show. And I heard him talking about our culture. And there is an issue with certain aspects of our culture. But I really think there's a reason for that. Now, I hear him and a lot of people, because this ain't just him, but I hear him and a lot of people say, look, we can't keep sitting back. Lent. We can't keep sitting back talking about we're oppressed and blah, blah, blah. Like it's time to move on, Like you can't blame all of this on oppression. Some of this is just us. I think it still all goes back to oppression. Now, okay, the question becomes, I'm going to go back to that in a second, but the question becomes, how do we fix it? But in my mind, before we talk about how we fix it, why is it bad to acknowledge some stuff? But those Mexicans ain't coming over here, and I want to say what he called them today. He didn't say Guatemalans. He said something else, and I laughed so hard because I knew he meant Guatemalans. But them Guatemalans don't come over here, and they still taking care of their family, and they this and they that, and they got they hold on to their culture and blah blah blah. And of course, that ain't true necessarily across the board, but there's some truth to it. But of course, their situation is different, which is why they probably will pass us in terms of their economic power and in terms of their voting power and in terms of their communities and, achieving what people perceive as the American dream or whatever. They probably will. And I don't want black people to look down on black people because they do, if they do. I don't want black people to look down on black people. Like I told you, I don't want that to be the case. Because look, again, the situation is different. And you got a background plays a part. It plays a part. See, my friend came over here. His family was there. He stayed here. I don't actually know if he went back. I don't know if he brought his family over or if he went back. Because I left that job before his plan was over. But either way it go, if his family came here or if he went back there, he still had his culture. He still had his culture. And so he was still going to take care of his family. If the whole family got here, even if they was in hiding, fake IDs, fake social security numbers, all that kind of stuff, had a few babies, whatever, their culture was still intact. His morals and his principles were still intact. Nobody took from them their culture. Nobody put them in a position to basically release all of that stuff. Strip them of, when I say everything. Like, this is going to sound like some excuse making. I promise y'all I'm not making excuses. I promise y'all I'm not. I just want people to start thinking about stuff maybe a little differently. It ain't going to necessarily change your mind on how you feel about it. I want you to think about things just a little differently, right? So, if I bring you here and I strip you of your language and your culture, I create a situation where, being educated is not a good thing for you. I take your children from you. I create a situation where, yes, there are some, what do they call them? What do they call them? The men who, or the male of a species who impregnates multiple women, females of the species. What is that called? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that. But either way it go. So I create a situation where some of y'all, that is y'all duty. Come on, no, Terrence, it's not a pimp. It's not a pimp. But you're in a position where over the span of hundreds of years, no, it's not, studs. Over the course of hundreds of years, this becomes your existence. Some people gonna fight the notion because, you still a human, no matter how much they try to strip you of your humanity. But there are some people, we all recognize that we're different. Different people have different tolerances for different things, just like we have different skills. We have different levels of, intellectuality? We have, and just because you might be real smart in this area, but you're real dumb in this area. And it's like, no, I'm not dumb. I'm like a genius. Yeah, but you can't do this. It's like, it's all of that type of stuff. So some people will fight that notion more than others. But if you was basically raised to, and all of this, look, hypothetical and because I wasn't there. It's just stuff that we're taught. We see stuff, we read stuff. I don't know any of this stuff to be 100% factual, because the only things that I believe to be 100% factual are stuff that I see and know for myself. All right? But I believe it. And so if there was a certain segment that was raised to be a stud, it stands to reason that there's a certain segment that would think that that was a good thing. Eventually, down the line, would look at that like, man, that's the life right there. That's the life. Pick that cotton. All right, I'm picking the cotton. I'm 5'5", but they not putting me out the stud. But man, if I could do that, that would be wonderful. Of course, I'm being a little stereotypical. But you strip a whole culture away, and then one day you just say, all right, gone. Y'all good. You good? No, you good. Get out. You on your own. You strip me of my dignity, You tried to strip me of my humanity. You stripped me of my culture, my language, my education. And then you like, make it on your own and be humane to one another and become intelligent and create a culture all your own and be responsible and, all of that stuff. It's not the same. We not coming from the same position as as the Mexicans coming over here with all of that stuff already intact and not taken from them. So don't feel bad when you see, when it looked like, oh, they got such a greater work ethic than we do. Come on. We were enslaved people for a long time. I don't know that anybody can actually question our work ethic. But we came through a different situation. I just don't be so hard on black people because we not like the Mexican family that just crossed over with their culture, moving into a better situation. Don't be so hard on black people. That, again, that's no excuse. That's no excuse for bad behavior. Y'all know, if y'all don't know, a reason for a thing doesn't necessarily excuse the thing. Now, I can tell you why I was late. There was an accident on 75 South, and they had closed down the expressway, and I had to get off and go around, and, that's why I'm 10 minutes late. That don't necessarily mean it's okay that I'm 10 minutes late. You asked me why. I told you why. That's no excuse. I didn't mean it as an excuse. I'm giving you the reason. So there's a reason for all of it that doesn't necessarily, but there's a reason for some of it. That's not necessarily the reason for all of it. But I do believe that it plays a part. But why, how you hear us, some of us, talk about us, all of us. And it seemed like almost everything that we say we is negative. We the only people who this. It's usually negative. Not always, but it's usually negative. We the only people who say something negative. It's usually not true as well, but it's usually negative. And some of it be true. Some of it be true. But I just didn't want everybody to be like, we're not inherently this or that. Actually, I think what we've attained and accomplished from the situation, and I'm talking about black people here in America, what we've attained and accomplished from the situation that was created with us is amazing. Are there still some? Because again, I believe, I'm going to go to the present day, I believe, say the kids jumping people downtown. That is the overwhelming minority of our kids. Well, Emanuel, it's more than just those kids. If you look around the country, you got young people acting up all that. You do, but again, I would argue it's the overwhelming minority of our people who need help. And you say it's a cultural issue, which is probably true. And a lot of times you can look at it and you can say it's it's a lot of times low income and uneducated. I would argue with no statistics and nothing but, my kind of reasoning, which could be flawed. Maybe if somebody actually gave me some statistics, could probably disprove what I'm about to say. But I would imagine low income and uneducated people are the people who end up getting into a lot of this trouble that we see. Young people and, just black people in general who end up in trouble. But I'll tell you who I blame for that after I take this call. Ron.
My man.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you?
Good.
See, I'm going to finish off what Twin was talking about when he initiated the call initially. And he got distracted with all of the other stuff.
What?
But see, Twin got distracted with all the other stuff.
How about this?
Yeah.
How about instead of trying to finish what Twin started, you just talk about what you want to talk about?
No. It refers to what I'm talking about right now.
So have you and Twin had this conversation when he authorized you to finish his conversation?
Hey, man, why are you always trying to do all this to me, man?
I'm just saying, I don't. Look, okay, I'm just telling you, Ron. I don't like I'm gonna finish Twin's conversation.
I am getting ready to tell you what I think Twin was trying to get across to you yesterday.
Why don't you just
why
don't you just try to get it across to me instead of trying to tell me what Twin?
And
oh my God,
it has everything to do with what you are saying right now. You were saying initially when you first started out, you were talking about us being mad at the migrants and all that other little stuff. And then you was talking about would you come across the Mill Creek? Yeah, you go across the Mill Creek, but you ain't gonna go back to South America. But I don't know what you would do. But anyway, you kind of.
Well, hold on. Let me help you with what I was saying there. Hold on.
I know what you were saying.
Now, you just said you didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
What I was saying was there are parts of the Mill Creek that are about. Can I get it out?
Yeah.
There are parts of the Mill Creek that are about as wide as, what is it, the Rio Grande or whatever, where some of these crossings are taking place. So that was the point that I was making, is that it's not like this, it's not even as wide as the Ohio River, which I think I would attempt to swim the Ohio River to get my family out of some of those situations. Some places it's as wide as the Mill Creek, and I would definitely take that risk. That was the point I was making.
Yeah. Okay. But again, I mean, you're saying, what you would do, to feed your family and all that other stuff. What I think I would do,
yes.
And yeah, what you think you would do to feed your family and all that little stuff. But you're not in that situation. Okay. And right now you're here. And
that's true.
We have an obligation. You said, you don't understand the rules to get here.
I didn't say that.
And I'm sorry. What did you say? You said it was something to get here. The migrants. What did you say?
I'm not sure, but I definitely didn't say I don't understand the rules to get here. I don't really. Well, my point was, it doesn't matter to me whether they're coming here, quote, legally or quote illegally.
Okay. Yeah, you said who decide whether you're here legally or whatnot, and there's rules to get here.
Who made those rules?
And we have a constitution. The Constitution says that the president is obligated to protect our borders.
Hold on, who made the rules?
All states. It was written by the Constitution, and it doesn't make any difference who wrote the rules.
It really does.
The rules
It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Here's why I say it makes a difference. Hold on. Let me.
Okay.
Here's why, Ron.
Okay.
Here's why I say it makes a difference. Now you might not agree with me, and that's fine.
Okay.
I say it makes a difference because I'm going to use a real quick analogy, right?
Okay. Yes.
Say you and your friends break into a bank and take over the bank, steal all the money. To me, you have no moral ground then to say, well, here are the rules if you want to get money from my bank. You stole the bank. You flaunted the rules, but then you're going to try to give me rules to operate in your bank that you stole.
Okay. But is there such thing as a Constitution?
Well, absolutely, yes.
Okay. So that you know that there is, you can violate the Constitution, right?
Well, I'm not sure that. Can I answer the question?
Okay.
I just want to answer the question.
Answer with a yes or no. Because you do know
it's not a yes or no answer, but it is a really quick answer.
No, but
Ron,
answer yes. It's a basic question.
Ron,
answer. You do know you can violate the Constitution. Yes or no?
Ron, what I know is that there are principles in the Constitution that can be violated. However, I'm not. Ron, let me finish. Okay. However, I'm not certain. And I'm telling you, I'm not certain that the current provisions for how you can come from South America to North America are written and spelled out in the Constitution.
Okay. It is.
Okay, where? If you can tell me, hold on, if you can tell me where.
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm just asking. You can say yes or no or whatever.
Okay, no, okay. You couldn't say yes or no, Ben. But
I said you can say yes or no or whatever.
Okay. The president has a constitutional right to protect our borders.
Okay.
Yes or no? Yes, I'm asking you. Yes or no?
I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not 100% sure that is spelled out as one of the duties of the president in the Constitution.
Okay. Well, let me, because since you won't just be honest.
I'm being
look. You want to be overly honest,
Ron,
to where you won't just go ahead and answer the question.
Ron, if you ask, let me help you. No, I want to help you. If you ask a person a question and they, Ron, if you ask a person a question and they tell you, are you gonna let me finish? Are we gonna have a conversation?
Okay.
Okay, then let me finish. Let me finish. Ron, if you ask a person a question and they tell you, I don't know the answer to that question, how is that them being dishonest if they genuinely don't know?
You don't know. I know.
So you know for wait. Just so Ron, just so I'm clear, you know that it is spelled out in the Constitution the way for someone to cross from Mexico to the United States. You're telling me that is spelled out in the Constitution.
It is spelled out in the Constitution that the
Can you tell me where?
Yes, I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't. That is what the Biden administration is fighting for. What? That was the that was
Ron, here's
this.
what I'm trying to explain to
No,
you.
no,
I
no, no,
think,
because
Ron, I think you're wrong. I
you
think
trying
you
to
are
get me.
wrong about
And
whether or
no,
not it
you
is
don't let me
actually
think. I
spelled
know.
out
Don't
in the
think for me.
Constitution.
Let me just don't think for me. Just let me say what I'm saying.
But
You say
I'll let you say,
you.
but I think you're wrong.
Okay, whatever you think, whatever. You know you coming off to everybody, like it doesn't make any difference, about an immigration problem. You don't care about the Chinese or nothing, or how they coming over here, do. But see, you don't care based upon the position that you're in right now, and it's really hypocritical because seeing it though you don't care, and I trust that you will keep that same energy because the FBI said it was imminent for it to be a terrorist attack. Now you don't know that it's the president has a responsibility to protect our borders constitutionally, has a right to protect our borders. I know that he does. That's why the Texas governor is protecting the borders there, because he won't protect our borders. But you trying to be so busy trying to, I guess I don't even know what this is to get your point across about immigration not making a difference, but it does make a difference.
I never said it didn't make a difference.
But no.
Yeah.
You're downplaying the difference of what it does make. You're downplaying the difference of what it does make. See, and you not coming into nobody else's country. You not trying to eat. You not trying to eat. You over here.
What if I disagree with you? Hold on. If I disagree, Ron,
here, but you gotta eat over here.
Ron,
you gotta eat over here.
Ron,
you got competition to eat now.
Ron, what if I disagree with you that I am in somebody else's country?
Oh shit! You are in America.
Right.
You are an American
which is not my country of origin.
Yeah, I don't just give a fuck about that. Don't take me back to Africa and all that bullshit.
Right.
You ain't. When I ask you a question. When did you ever teach all of your kids about something majorly in Africa? When did you go teach African studies to your kids? Shit, I had to get my kids through English over here. See, now don't get me to take me that bullshit. What 200 years ago? Okay, I know what happened 200 years ago. I'm trying to eat now.
Shit. Just like you trying to eat now, they trying to eat now.
But I'm over here. They come to eat where I'm at.
Okay, and
we can't eat from the same plate right now.
Why not?
See, if we can eat from the same plate, if they come here the right way.
Ron.
We can't eat.
Ron.
Man, you calling them all Latinos.
Ron, you're going to hurt yourself. Using your voice is too, the octaves are too high. You're going to pour something. So, hold on. Ron.
Okay.
Ron.
What?
Are you eating now?
No.
You're not?
Oh, no, you mean eating here. Shit, I mean.
No, I don't mean like currently sitting at the table. I mean.
No, I'm eating.
I mean, in this period of time, are you eating?
You mean eating food right now? Or
no.
Eating. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm eating.
Yes.
I'm good.
Okay. And guess what? Apparently, according to y'all, they are invading the United States, and somehow you're still eating, right?
Okay. But I ain't gonna. Man, I gotta think about my brother. Look.
Wait. You got to think
If,
about who?
Okay. Let me put it this way.
Ron, hold
Let me
on.
put it
Before
this
you
way.
put it this way, what did you say? You said you got to think about who?
I gotta think about my brother.
Your brother.
And like I said,
When you say, wait, just so I understand, when you say your brother, what does that do? You're not talking about your biological brother, are you?
No, man. Okay.
So what are you talking about when you say you have to think about your brother?
Okay, check it out.
Uh-huh.
So I got these two brothers at my house
Okay.
doing some work in the bathroom stuff.
Okay.
Now, the Latino that guy down the street
Uh-huh.
gave me a quote, and he was like $400 less than him, less than a brother.
Okay.
But and the brother he came at a later time, other than the Latino dude.
Okay.
Okay, now I trust the Latino dude's work because he done been doing work all day up and down the street.
All right.
So I trust the dude's work.
Okay.
I ain't never trust his brother's work.
All right.
And I ain't never seen his brother's work.
Okay.
So we give it to the brother.
Okay.
We give it to the brother.
Okay.
Now, he ain't done. But I wouldn't get, and he was more expensive.
$400.
He
Yeah.
was more expensive, but I wouldn't take that from him,
Okay.
and the price make a difference. And again, I've seen they work. Now, I ain't gonna knock the brother work, but
you don't want the Latino brother to eat.
I'm gonna look out for my brother more than I'm gonna look out for him.
Okay, but
And
you don't
want
the Latino brother to eat.
No. I said, but I'm gonna feed my brother before
All right.
I feed anybody else.
So guess what? So guess what I see? Can I give you my analysis of that situation? It's real quick.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The brother is eating because you paying him, and the Latino brother is eating because he working too. So I don't see where your issue is right now.
Okay. Well, what it is right now, and this is the I'll piggyback off of what Twin was saying. What it is right now is that, and then it's a distraction type thing.
It is.
All these people getting all the stuff, the Democrat, Republican, all this,
Which you're not a Republican.
No, I'm an independent, man. Dude, we got to get all this.
So you're voting for an independent candidate for president, right?
Nope. Okay.
What, you're voting for a Republican as an independent? What?
Yeah, it's not an independent running camp. Or
yeah.
I'm gonna call you my son.
No, there are. There's independents running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I ain't voting for them.
Have you heard of?
You already know who I'm voting for. Come on, man.
Have you heard of RFK Jr.?
Yes, I know he registered as an independent.
But you just said there wasn't no independents running. So now you know there is an independent running.
He's not. Get out of here, man.
So why not vote for the independent if you're an independent?
Hey, man.
What? That's reasonable. You're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican. You're independent. There's an independent candidate. Why not vote for the independent?
Man. You a trip,
or are you actually a Republican? So you're going to vote for the Republican?
Nah, I'm a registered independent, man.
So
but
you're not going to vote for the independent?
I'm voting for Donald J. Trump, the person that I voted for, in 2020 that had he been elected, we wouldn't be having this conversation about immigration right now.
So immigration
So,
won't. Hold on. Just so I'm
so,
clear, Ron, immigration will not be a problem.
so,
Immigration will not be a problem when Donald
so,
Trump takes office.
so, no, I said we wouldn't be having this conversation.
But the logic behind that means
right now.
the logic behind that means if we wouldn't be having this conversation, if Donald Trump was the president, we wouldn't have an immigration problem. So you're saying we won't have an immigration problem if Donald Trump is elected.
Oh no, we will have an immigration problem.
Then why would we not be having the same conversation if Donald Trump was in office?
Because it wouldn't have got this far.
So then it'll stop then when he takes office.
No, it won't stop. Not immediately.
Then what will it do?
It won't stop. It won't stop immediately, but he will. He said he will close the border.
Well, he also said he'd build a wall and Mexico would pay for it.
Oh, yeah, but you know, they Biden said no. Oh, and then
stop! You're trying to don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run away from the wall and Mexico paying for it. Did that happen?
I'm not gonna go there with. Hey, you know what? The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Did it happen?
The proof is in the pudding.
Did he build a wall and Mexico paid for it?
The proof is in the pudding.
Well, where is the pudding?
The proof is in the pudding.
Where is the pudding? Did he build the wall and Mexico pay for it?
The pudding is
did he build the wall and Mexico pay for it?
He's building it, and Mexico's going to pay for it. He's building it.
Right.
Yeah, you know they started. They started back on the wall, don't you? You know they started back.
Look, I'm not even against. Look, hold on. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Ron,
come on, man. Come on, man.
Ron.
Come on.
Ron.
Come on.
Ron. I am not against building a wall. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. But I'm not against building a wall. But the nonsensical idea that he's building a wall that Mexico was paying for, if you actually believe that, you might have a mental problem.
Come on, Shelley. You man. Hey man. Oh shoot, man. Okay. You win. I can't take it. What did I say? Where are we at, man?
So you're not voting for the independent candidate for president?
I know I'm not.
Okay.
Bye, man.
All right. Okay, that got really, really weird at the end. Okay. Yeah, I think some of his information was wrong. I've read a great portion of the Constitution, and I don't recall there being. Oh, hold on. CK?
Hey, how you doing there, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and you?
Oh, man, I just heard that last call. It was freaking phenomenal. Did you hear that guy? He was entertaining. He might have got call of the year in what, February?
Maybe. I don't know.
Man, you hit him when you said, hold on, who is your brother? You hit him with a brother question, but he slipped up and you almost tripped him. Hey, you almost fumbled the ball, man.
No. I wasn't trying to trip him. Look.
No, I know you wasn't. That's what made it funny. You wasn't. You just was asking the question. He said, "What?" He said, "Oh, what party are you voting for? I'm independent, but I'm voting Republican." Man, that was hilarious. You gonna get Shay numbers with that call? You hear me?
Well, I don't know about that, but I promise when I talk to Ron, I'm not trying to prove him wrong most of the time. most of the time I spend just trying to understand the point that he's trying to make. Like, I don't even get to the point of trying to prove him wrong because I never really get to the point of understanding the point. And I think you got to
Yeah.
understand the point to try to show somebody that their point is wrong.
Yeah, because what you brought up, I told you I go to those suicide meetings, right? And this is the problem with American victims of suicide, right? When you tell a story about your coworker at the meat pack. So you gonna tell me you live in America and you gonna kill yourself? Get your soft coochie ass out of here. That's how it always boils down to, because like you said, they coming over here risking their lives to get here. You already here. Talking about killing yourself because you lost all your lost all your job. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Because of what you explained about him they dying to get here. You already here taking yourself out because you had a setback.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, you described his house. You said you get no socks. You said the shoes ain't got no socks on it, just walking on bare floor.
That's what he said.
Oh my God. Oh my, that's what I'm talking. But that's what makes it hard to take yourself out as an American, because you got so many people suffering, not only in America, but then you go over to Mexico. You see what I'm saying? So this is the barriers we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to end your own life, is you got so much, because America is a place, unlike other places, where you can lose everything and recover like a O.J. Simpson and be right back where you never left. You know what I mean?
I do.
That's the thing. So you got, see, you on the human rights side right here. This is what you want them to be right. Like, so you got to use common sense, and you got to understand L.A. belongs to them. It don't belong to us, right? That Mexico, that's they land. Now look at the name of it, Los Angeles. That's not American, right? So we took the land from them, right?
Yes, yes.
There it is. There it is. So you're not going by human law. You're going by moral law. See what I mean? So you're saying it don't belong. It belongs to them. We took it from them. So let them folks come back and get their little eat on, right?
That I yes, to a degree, yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I like illegal aliens because they are good people, and some of them speak English. You know what I mean? They are good people, and they speak English, and they are affordable. You know, when you hire them as workers, like if you put in the bathroom in your basement, you know, you not to do work on your house. Nothing wrong with hiring an illegal alien to help you, you know what I mean, build your bathroom.
I don't think it's legal, but
no, it don't have to be legal. But I'm saying all I'm doing is following suits of the major corporation. The major corporations hire them also. So of course it's not legal, but I'm just doing what I got. You call it. I'm doing what I got to do to survive in America. Mexico is about survival. America is about thriving. So you could thrive out here. So this is the problems we have, you know, in the group. Because I was like, the stuff you be telling, I'll be playing your platform sometimes because you make a lot of sense. Like, this is why it's hard for Americans to take their own self out, because they see how strong people are in foreign countries that you know, that don't have rights. And it's, you know, people getting slaughtered.
okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
so I respect how you treated that guy, and I want to holler at you about that Usher situation.
All right. What about it?
So you mean to tell me this man get on their halftime show and he totally, I mean, did you see what he did to Swiss Beats wife? Grabbed her on the booty.
I did see that. Yes.
Oh my God. So you mean to tell me these guys are so they starstruck? So when it comes to women, this man can have like herpes or whatever, and it don't even scare him away. It's like it don't even affect him.
But hold on, I don't think. What did you call it? Hershey's. Herpes.
Yeah, herpes with a P.
Okay. Um, First, I don't think you can get herpes through the pants. You know what I'm saying? He had on.
No, no, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about. It doesn't. I'm just saying it doesn't take away your sexism symbolism. That's what I'm trying to.
But
I know
no,
you don't
no,
get it
because
like
a
that.
lot of that is just fantasy, which is to a large degree. I don't have a problem with what happened with Alicia Keys and Usher up on the stage. People
Hmm.
trying to, well, he wasn't really touching her and he wasn't this. Yes, he did. He rubbed on her booty and he grinded on her booty. But it
Yep.
was in the context of a performance. So I don't have I saw no problem with it just because of what it was. No problem whatsoever. Um, I would actually think that what's his name, Swiss Beats. I don't know him. I wouldn't
Yep.
know him
The light
if I
skinned
saw him.
assassin.
I
Yep.
don't I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about him. But if he understands that his wife is an entertainer on the stage in front of millions of people putting on a show, I don't think it would be reasonable to say he can't touch you or to be offended whatsoever. It just don't
Right.
sound
Right.
reasonable to me. And
No,
and
I just
herpes
want you to
don't
look.
factor into it
Mhm.
because they were fully dressed.
No, no, no. I want you to look into that fact where I'm talking about. Like, just think about Magic Johnson when he went through. Now you got NBA YoungBoy and the Usher phenomenon with this. They broke out with the Hershey's bar, right? I'm saying you telling me that they sex symbolism go over diseases. It's like I don't think Magic Johnson had a lot of women trying to get at him after he admitted to that.
I
So
imagine
I'm
he
saying, but in
probably did.
2024, oh, you think so?
Yes.
So you saying we people not scared of that, even when they know you got it?
No. I remember talking to a lady from I don't remember what it was called here, but the AIDS organization here, and she said when she found out that she had AIDS, one of the things that she thought, like, my sex life is over, but she said she was real open about it, and
Mm-hmm.
that she would tell guys, like, I have full blown AIDS, and the guys would be like, so I don't care, and they would still want to have sexual relations with her, a number of them unprotected. And this was a woman, which, I know some people like, well, what difference do that make, Emanuel? But it make a difference. Like, I'm not having
Right.
sex with a woman with full-blown AIDS. It's not happening.
Right.
But
Not even if it's Lapita. Not even Lapita.
not even if it's Lapita. But she said these dudes was like, so I don't care. They wanted to
Yep.
do it anyway. So no, a lot of people don't in that moment. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting there with an erection, apparently to some people, everything else go out the door.
Yeah, but I'm gonna leave you with this. The fascinating part about NBA YoungBoy is he continues to have babies, and he's on 11 child at 24. He's at a Hall of Fame ranking now with 11 kids at 24. So, like you said, your point is proven that it don't matter what they got. They gonna, you know what I mean? It don't matter. They want the stardom. They want the money. The STD means nothing. I keep listening, brother.
All right, CK. That was CK. And he brought up the Usher thing. I didn't bring it up. So, but, I'll talk to you. If you want to call me and talk to me, 513-717-5464, and we can talk about whatever, but that was not what I was talking about. I said, I think before Ron called, that a lot of the problems that I see going on, the cultural problems that I see with the low income and people with low education, because again, I believe that's all your problems don't come from them. There's some problems that come from elsewhere, but I think your majority of your problems is probably going to come from there. From that, a culture that says that being low education is okay. A culture that looks down on intelligence and all of that kind of stuff. That's going to create issues. And I said, I'll tell you who I blame. I blame the people who came out of that culture to get their education and to raise their income. Those are the people that I blame. Of course, not all of them. Some of them actually go back. Look, it's hard for me, like when I talk to Twin, it's hard for me to understand how to get through to Twin. Because as he likes to point out, I'm a square. I've never been in a gang or organization. I never sold drugs on the street. I never shot at nobody in an attempt to kill them. And no one's ever, to my knowledge, shot at me in an attempt to kill me based on some street stuff. So it's hard for me to get my point through to him. Even if he understands my point, he feel like I have no validity because I don't know his struggle. And what I find, not always, but a lot of people who come from low income and families that actually didn't value education and communities where that was the prevalent culture. And when I say the culture, I mean like this is the way it's supposed to be. Like everybody want to get out the hood, but everybody don't really want to get out the hood. If I'll take a shot, you know what I'm saying? If I could become a millionaire, billionaire, and get out the hood, sure. But you ain't gonna never take the hood out of me. I'm gonna keep my hood mentality. I'm gonna keep my this, my that. Everybody wanna, but when you in it, you in it. Again, my experience from talking to people, and look, I'm not that far removed from the hood. Like, when I say not far removed, I never sold drugs on the street. I have friends who did. I got friends in jail. I got friends that's been killed on the streets. But my mom and daddy and them would not let me run with those guys. So when they wasn't out doing dirt when we was younger and they had to hang around the house, we kicked it. And then, of course, growing up, I've met people who lived a certain lifestyle. And so when I hear people talk about there is a culture in a certain community, in a certain lifestyle, it's true. I'm not sure that the answer is, ooh, the parents. I mean, let me walk that back just a little bit. Yes, the answer is the parents. But how can you rely on the parents when the parents, to a large degree, grew up in the same mentality and they have the same mentality? For example, I had a friend. He said to me one day when we were older, and I met him, and he had just got out of prison. And I really think he was on his way to do some bad stuff. And I saw him, and hey, man, because that's what they called me growing up. Man, hey. And I'm like, hey, man, what's up? And he was telling me a story, I just got out of prison, blah, 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 blah. And, we talked probably about 10 minutes. And he was getting ready to leave. I was getting ready to leave. And he said, you know what, man, growing up, he said, you never got in trouble. You never did dirt. Thought about it, I said, yeah. He said, that's because your parents wouldn't let you do dirt. I said, but I kicked it with y'all and everything. And he said to me, but we never took you to do no dirt when we was doing dirt. Why? He said, because we knew, number one, your parents wasn't with it. And number two, you just wasn't that kind of dude. And he was like, we could always just tell you was different. Like your parents put something different in you. So you wasn't going to do that stuff. And he was the one who actually brought to my mind when they was getting ready to do some dirt and get in trouble. And I was like, all right, I'm out. And he was like, why? And I was like, my mom is not going to kill me. And I left. And they went on here and did the dirt. And eventually they got brought home by the police and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, so we knew what you was about. He was like, basically, that's because that's what your parents put into you. I say all of that to say, but that wasn't their mentality. Because that wasn't what their parents put into them. So we like, oh, it's the parents. Oh, it's the parents. These parents who are doing this stuff, some of them, they don't care. So they're not, oh, the problem is the parents. How you gonna fix that? Just like the threat of jail don't stop their kids from doing dirt, the threat of jail ain't gonna make them stop their kids from doing dirt. They don't care. They got that same mentality. So what I think has to happen is people who are aware of that, who lived that, and all of that kind of stuff, instead of getting your education, getting your money, getting out, and not messing with those people, I think it's incumbent upon y'all who understand it to go back and help. To go back, because y'all helped a lot of times feed that mentality till y'all got a little older and realized, oh, here is a legal hustle that I can do to, you know what I'm saying, get out of here, and then change your mindset. So I blame to some, like, it ain't you, it's not necessarily your duty to do it. But I don't know that you can look at the situation, criticize the situation, look down on those people who you were, and not try to help. Not try to go impart wisdom or whatever. I think it's your responsibility to a degree. Just to a degree. It's not your duty. But if you know how to get to a person and you just refuse to try to get to the person, like my friends, the ones that I still know and I run into, I actually just ran into one, and it was probably about 6 months ago. I ran into him at a BP station. I'm filling up my gas. He didn't recognize me. And he came up to me like, hey man, you want to buy some shrimp? He had bags of frozen shrimp. Did he have it in his... He had a bag with bags of frozen shrimp, which I knew, like, you just stole that shrimp from Kroger. It was Kroger brand shrimp. It was frozen, still frozen. It was summertime, and he's out at BP walking car to car talking about, you want to buy some frozen shrimp. First, no, I'm not buying no frozen shrimp from the dude at the BP. No. But secondly, I was like, I ain't gonna say his name just cause I'll make up a name, Gene. And he was like, yeah, how you know me? And I was like, Gene, it's me. And he looked at me and he looked at me. He was like, I don't know you. And I'm like, man. And he was like, oh, man. And you know what I'm saying? And hug and dap and all that kind of stuff. Oh my God, I be thinking about y'all all the time. You know, y'all family this and y'all family that and all this and all that. You know, we, you know, reminisce for, you know, a few seconds. And then I'm like, so what's up with the shrimp? And he like, man, I'm just trying to make some money, man. I'm just trying to make some money. You know, I got to get back to the group home. And I'm like, the group home? And then he went in telling me how, you know what I'm saying, he did time and, you know, he did this and, you know, he recovering from drugs and all that kind of stuff, and he ain't got no money to get back to the group home, and, you know, he's trying to get to the group home, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, like, look, bro, I won't buy the shrimp. I won't buy the shrimp. But I'll take you to the group home. I'll take you to the group home. You know, he said he had to be there by a certain time or he couldn't get in, and the time was getting close. I mean, I talked to him, you know. I'm not a drug counselor or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. We had conversations. It was all good. He didn't have me drop him off at the group home. So I'm like, what name did I give y'all? I don't remember what name, because I don't want to say his real name, Jesse. I'm like, Jesse, this ain't no group home. Like, you using? And he was like, he would never answer. And I was just talking to him. I was like, here's my number, bro. Call me, because he said he didn't have a phone. I'm like, here's my number. Call me. I don't know where you're going to be, but, I'm trying to tell him, like, which in my mind, it didn't do no good. I'm trying to tell him, like, bro, you don't have to, live this life and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can change. And if you need help, bro, I'm here. Like, just reach out to me. I'm here. And, he kind of he got emotional. And he was like, all right. I mean, nothing else. Oh, I said Gene. I didn't remember. But nothing. I couldn't just be like, no, I don't want to buy none of your shrimp. Get out of my face. See, that's what's wrong with you. You're weak. You're da. Like, no. I'm trying to. I want to help you. You know what I'm saying? I want to help you. Did he ever reach out? No, he never reached out. He never did reach out. But I'm trying to help you. I'm not just going to, be like, F him. He's selling shrimp at BP, See, that's what's wrong with our community, selling shrimp at the BP. Like, no. You got to try. At least for me, that's how I felt. Like, I got to try. I got to try. And from my perspective, in that moment, that was all I could do. That was all I could do. What did he do with the shrimp? He took it with him. As a matter of fact, he almost left it in the car, and I remember saying, hey, don't forget your bag. And he was like, all right, and he picked up the bag. But, he was still kind of emotional, getting out of the car. I mean, you see, like, I ain't seen him probably since I was about 14. This was 6 months ago, so I'm 52 years old. I ain't seen this dude since 14. So he was still a little emotional. I took that man. He didn't have no money. He didn't sell no shrimp. He didn't have no money. I didn't give him no money. Now, he claimed, I'm not stupid, he claimed the group home was up the street. Ain't no group home up the street. You know what I'm saying? I know ain't no group home up the street. I'm embarrassed. I don't necessarily want you to see me walking into no group home, so you can just drop me off here. I didn't believe no group home up the street. But he didn't make no money. I don't know. He might have went in and traded some shrimp for some drugs. I don't know. I don't know how they get down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the conversion ratio of shrimp to crack or shrimp to heroin or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like if you came from that, you got a better shot at getting through to him than maybe somebody else. But I don't know. That's just the way I see it. But no, I'm not concerned about the immigrants. Not at this point. And I know. See, you not concerned about it because you don't have to deal with it, but you ain't in one of these cities where they doing all of this stuff and doing all that. It's not the immigrants' fault. It's not the immigrants' fault. It's the government's fault. Get mad at the government, not necessarily at the immigrants. But that's my take on it. That's my take on it. And I was also saying, before I interrupted myself, I've read a good portion of the Constitution. I'm pretty sure I've read the entire Constitution, but my memory don't function like that. But I don't recall the Constitution spelling out how a Mexican crosses over into the United States of America. I don't recall that. So that's why I was asking, like, are you sure it's in there? Because I want to make sure, because I want to go read it. I want to go read it. Trying to think. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I saw something else. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, the Hispanic lady who apparently was, and I saw somebody put this up there earlier, apparently was like somebody help me understand. Was she a he at some point? Like there was some trans something involved in it as well, right? There was some trans person, some trans something involved. She was a trans, okay. And I don't see them making a huge deal of that. They might be, I just don't see it, but I don't see them making a huge deal of that. Sierra says Mexico wasn't a country when the Constitution was written. You sure about that? Mexico wasn't a country? That might be true. I don't know why. Hold on, let me see. Because I don't like giving out. When y'all give me information, I try to check it out. September 27th, 1821. Okay. So it wasn't a country. But yeah, so Jeffrey says the Senate passes a foreign aid bill. What was it, 95 billion or 93 billion or whatever it was? And I know a majority of it is going to Israel and Ukraine. See, to me, if you want to be mad about anything, hold on, Brian says the Constitution grants zero powers to the president as it pertains to immigration. Okay. I don't remember seeing it, but I try to not dismiss people over stuff that either I don't know or I definitely don't remember, that I'm not clear on. Like, for some stuff, I'll take your word for now. That doesn't diminish his concerns. That doesn't diminish, Ron, because he has some facts wrong. It doesn't diminish his concerns. But when you calling in to pass on information, be it my show, Wyatt's show, Lincoln's show, on 700, the Sharpton, or whatever, you should have anything you state as a fact should actually be a fact. Because otherwise you do kind of lose credibility. I try to see through that. But it's true. You left Club Shay Shay off the list. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Janice says the 3-year-old with him/her was also shot. Sad. The 3-year-old didn't die though, right? Not that make it cool to get shot. You know, I don't want to get shot. Like, oh, let me shoot you. You're not gonna die. No, thank you. I'll pass. But the 3-year-old didn't die, right? And it was somebody else that was like shot in the hip. Janice says we should be angry with the countries the immigrants are fleeing from and having strict negotiations with them. Why should we be angry with those countries? I don't know that we should be. If anything, we should help those countries. We should help those countries if we can. Like I think I would rather see $95 billion going to help countries in South America than going to help Israel and Ukraine. Because if you really, you know what I'm saying, if there's a flood of immigrants coming from these countries, there's probably some issues in these countries. I mean, there's a reason why people from the United States of America ain't flooding Mexico immigrating, because things are better here. And if you help these nations with whatever their issues are, economic, political, criminal, whatever, then there's a less chance that somebody gonna leave a pleasant place to go to a place that they're not wanted. Oh, Jen says a police shot in the hip. Okay. I know I heard somebody was shot in the hip. So yeah, if you ask my opinion, which is just about all this is, you should be helping those nations. That's more bang for your buck from my perspective. Of course, I don't know all of the intricacies and details of everything going on in Ukraine and all of the fallout if Ukraine falls to Russia and how that will, spread into the rest of the world and maybe create a situation. I don't, all the geopolitical things that are going on. I'll be honest, I'm not up on all of that. And even if I thought I was, I probably still wouldn't be. I wouldn't have all the details. America had its hand in helping to oppress some of those countries also. I'm certain. Ron wants to know, do you lose credibility when you get proven wrong? Facts are the facts. Yeah, but some of the information that you gave, apparently, I'm saying apparently, I had to go and research it, but apparently some of the information that you gave was not factual, but you passed it off as a fact. And when you do that, then yeah, people tend to not give you credibility. Or, you tend to lose credibility with people, I guess I would say. How did I just miss a call? Call me back, please. I'm sorry I missed your call. It looks like I missed Marquetta's call. So Marquetta called me back and I missed another call. I apologize for missing your call. Again, I got to set this thing where it don't go to sleep. And it's a Chromebook, so I'm not 100% sure. I got to go in and look at the settings and stuff. But it ends up going to sleep. I want security and privacy. I want. Okay, it's going to sign in. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out. How to stop it from going to sleep. These Chromebooks. No. Power. When idle, keep display on. While on battery, keep display on. All right, that should do it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that should do it. And somebody was calling me while I was changing the settings. Again, I apologize. Call back. I apologize. Call me back. I'm not changing any settings now. I can see it and all of that good stuff. Marquetta. Hello?
Hey, Emanuel.
Hey.
What you got me on your caller ID?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Who did your shirt? Did you make that hoodie? Your hoodie live.
Nah, this is
Did
a
you hook that up?
This is a hoodie I stole from my son when he was like 12.
What? It looked good. The lettering is real good. I'm like, he really got skills on that.
Yeah, I can do
Check that
this. But I didn't.
You just got to get the time. Get you some time.
Yes.
That's nice. Man, you is funny. Do you do stand up? Or you consider do stand up?
I do not do stand up. I don't think I'm funny at all.
Man, you is funny. You got some real talent there. You gave me a good belly laugh this afternoon.
Okay, what did I say that was funny?
Dude with the shrimp at the BP and told him don't forget his bag when he got out the car. Man, listen, if you know people who on drugs, you know they always got some laundry detergent. They always got to deal on some soap. They always got, I swear to God, they always got to deal on some steaks.
That's been my experience. He was I believe he's the first person that, not that ever came up to me, but that I had a personal relationship that ever rode up on me like that. But yeah, you're right. They do always got laundry detergent and meat and,
I fell out with one of my best friends when I want to say I was 14 and I was selling dope, and her aunt or her cousin or somebody like that, that's what she did. She was known to go to Kroger's and boost steaks and stuff. And at the time, all she wanted was a $20 dub. And she had like 2 packs of super steaks, and I bought them for her for the dope. Man, that girl was heated. She was I'm like, but if she ain't get the dope for me, she was gonna get it for somebody, and I wouldn't have got the steak. Man, that girl ain't speaking to me for like 2 years. She was upset.
I wasn't gonna do nothing to help him get no drugs. I guess except for maybe take him to the drug house.
Take him straight to the trap house.
Oh.
So what do you think? I mean, I'm listening to you. When you talk about culture, what do you think we what do you think we can do to change that? I know for me myself, I'm not doing nothing for nobody. I'm not about to raise your kids.
See, I'm not sure that it's raising kids. I really do believe that if people in low income or areas where the median income is low, or where there's this lack of value on education, I really do believe if they saw more people who came from where they are make it and come back and like really be a part of that same community, it would open up the world to them to see, well, hold on, he came from here and he's a millionaire. I could become a millionaire the legal way if I come from here.
What millionaire gonna live in the community with poor people though?
Okay, even if you don't live there, you could come back there.
And get robbed. Don't let nobody catch you lacking. Boy, I mean, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. But I've seen, you know me, I'm real serious on some things, and I've seen too many good-hearted, kind-hearted people extend their hand to people who just don't want to make a good decision, and they wind up getting killed. You know, they wind up getting robbed. They wind up getting their car stolen or their credit destroyed. So it's not. You got to feed people with a long handled spoon. You know, everybody's not well intentioned, and being poor don't make you stupid. It just means you've got a low paying job. That don't mean that you're stupid. You know, I know people with degrees that I make more money than. They're not totally self sufficient. And then when you factor in the cost of their student loan with the cost of their salary, they really ain't got no money.
But I am making a distinction. I'm making a distinction between poor and uneducated, because I agree you can be educated and poor, but there is a certain segment of the culture that does not value education. So that's why I'm making the distinction, which is why I keep saying the two separately.
Because you know what? When you talk about culture, I think of music instantly. I think of music, I think of arts, I think of entertainment. When you talk about culture, and culturally speaking, rappers make more money than a college degree did.
Well, but again, if that becomes the culture, which
I mean, you can look at some of the deals that's out there. You get $30 million for a good song.
Yeah, I don't think about it that way. I don't look at music as being culture. I look at the way people live their lives on a daily basis, their practices and their traditions being their culture. So, because if music is the culture, then that's why we run into a thing where all of these dudes trying to become rappers because they see that as the way out, or athletes, they see that as the way out, and not so much education as the way out.
How has education been the way out?
There's a lot of people who get educated. They go on to craft great careers in whatever their field is, and they are no longer low income people. They raise their level of income, and to some degree they raise their level of prominence and even the culture. They raise that up. So yes, education has for a long time been a way out of bad situations. It's not the only way, and it's not a foolproof, bulletproof way out, but it is definitely a positive way out.
I mean, I hear you. I mean, I'm just trying to see where, for Black people, the education piece has had a significant impact on, I mean, for instance, Clyburn, he's a good example. Clyburn's district is, I think, the 12th poorest district in North Carolina in the country. Maxine Walters, you talk about her district is real poor, but they got a little money. They got money, they got power, you know, they got prestige.
And by they, you mean vote, those two individuals?
In district, yeah, those two individuals.
Okay.
In when you compare them to their constituents.
Right.
In comparison to their constituents are poor. Like if you go to certain parts of Alabama, they don't even have indoor plumbing. Like Shannon Sharp, he'll tell you he grew up and they had to poop outside or at the outhouse. They didn't have indoor plumbing. And he didn't make it through education. He have a real strong list. But through his athletic ability, he was able to bring himself and his family out of poverty.
And I believe that is one way. But if that music and entertainment becomes the only way, like for real, the idea that if you go out and you get, and to me, an education is not necessarily just a college degree. Like if you go and you learn to be a plumber. And then
Yeah,
you
be
go and
skilled
work
in
as a
general.
plumber, you can make a good amount of money being a plumber. That's education to me. And I know a lot of people don't see, the manual labor fields and stuff like that as education, but you have to have a level of education to be able to do those things.
But it still go back to culture and entertainment. The culture of entertainment. Usher has more power than Ben Carson. Ben Carson's an educated man with gifted hands. He separated conjoined twins while they were in the womb. We hate Ben Carson because he says some really stupid stuff. But we love Usher. Usher, before he went on stage, he said he's staying with Israel. At the same time, Israel was dropping bombs on people after they said, you can run to the South, you'll be safe. And they ran to the South and they got bombed. But we adore Usher because of his talent. Right?
We who?
I
mean, I like Usher's music, some of Usher's music, and his ability to dance and perform, but I don't look at Usher with any great level of respect, and only because that's all I know about him is that he can, sing and dance.
He can sing and dance. That's made him a lot of money.
But to me, the issue
if we're
ain't
talking
just
income,
a lot of money.
There you go. So the issue is not necessarily that you're low income, right? You're saying the intellect and the education is the fact that you kind of dumb down.
You don't want to. When I'm talking about low income, I'm not talking about the median income. 40 whatever $1,000 a year is the median income, or whatever it is currently. To me, while a lot of people would look at that and say, oh, that's low income, I look at that and say that's median income. To me, low income is when you need government assistance to make it. And I'm talking about raising yourself up out of poverty so that you can be self-sufficient. You might not
there you go.
be driving a Mercedes or some big fancy car, but you're self-sufficient. You don't need the government to help you out. And I believe education helps you get there.
Well, for me, I agree. Everything you're saying, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out, because I've been listening to the conversations around them guys jumping the people downtown. And one of the main things people kept saying was, arrest their mama, arrest their daddy. And I feel like their parents did what they were supposed to do. I mean, you fed, you clothed, you cleaned, you got sent to school. Your mother did what she was supposed to do. When you get by yourself and you get with your friends, why do you think it's appropriate to jump somebody and stomp them to the ground and try to rob them of a cell phone? What part? Where is that coming from?
I think,
and it's not upbringing. I mean,
it might be. It could be. That could be a part of it.
Your mama teaching you to grow up to beat people and steal them for their cell phone?
Maybe your mama not teaching you to do it, but she might not really care that much. She didn't teach you not to do it, or
she didn't teach you
found out
empathy.
that's something that you do, and she's like, oh, well.
I have studied African-centered philosophies and literatures for a long time. And we used to have a man here, I don't know if you remember him or not, but Baba Kurt Standiford. He used to teach African-centered rites of passage. And one of the things that stuck out to me when I was young, I used to tell him, like a rite of passage for us is to go to DYS. It's not even your mama's. I know people who come from good two-parent homes, who worked at the post office. Mama went to work as a nurse. They really didn't need for much, but to be accepted and to be cool within their peer group, they would do things to fit in. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. Remember Woodward back in the early 90s when everybody left Woodward and raided the shoe store
I think I vaguely remember hearing of something like that.
in Swift and Commons
I'm
that
not. I'm
day?
not 100% sure.
Dang, I want to say it was 89 or 90. The whole senior as a skip day, they went into the finish line at the time, and everybody kind of participated. It was so many people, the store just closed. They was like, forget it, forget it. Culturally, it was cool for everybody to participate, no matter what economic level they were at. They were all at the school, and they left that school that day, and they robbed the shoe store. They took all the shoes out the shoe store, and eventually Swift and Common stores started closing. So again, it goes to the peer group and the culture of the peer group.
See,
Your parent.
I'm not sure that I wholeheartedly agree with you, but go ahead.
I mean, it's mob mentality. It's group mentality. It's the same thing with the vote. You ain't Trump. You ain't Biden. You know, I ain't neither one of them. I ain't neither one for neither one of them. You can say good and bad about both if you listening. I mean, on Twitter, Joe Biden posted a picture of him with red glowing eyes, dark Brandon. His dark Brandon image is a takeoff of Trumpster's "Fuck Joe Biden," and it's really "Let's go Brandon." When they say "Let's go Brandon," that's really what they're saying. So
Right.
the dark Brandon, Joe Biden picked up on it and he flipped it, and now he's marketing it. But when he posted that image, they was bombing women and children. I mean, they was bombing them. Like these people thought that they were in a safe area. They had been told, if you leave this area and go over here, we're not gonna bomb you.
Where
Again, they
bombing?
have
Where you talking
bombed.
about? Over in Israel?
In the Gaza Strip,
Yeah,
in
okay.
Gaza Strip, in Rafah. You know, I hear the concern about, you know, Trump and democracy and him gonna be a dictator and all of that. But I'm really worried we're going into World War III. And it's so many of our children who go into the military. Who was the first casualties that we saw on the news recently? 3 Black people. You know, we go into the military thinking that if we go to the military, we can access higher education, lower student loans, we can get better jobs with more experience once we get the military experience, etc. And then you have, you know, it's not just Republicans and Democrats, it's both together decide, and we're going to go start a war with somebody. We're going to go bomb somebody. And then on top of that, we're going to destabilize their country to the point where they're going to flee their country en masse and come to America. And when they get here, I mean, like, can you imagine walking from Venezuela? Walking.
Well, I'm
from
not sure that
Venezuela.
I'm not sure that they actually walk from Venezuela. I would imagine that they find, you know, maybe some do, but I would imagine that they find rides and, you know, pay
They
people.
get a ride at some point.
You know, do whatever. But hold on, let me deal with
If
the mob mentality. See, I think
Mhm.
I didn't fall for mob mentality. And it's not because I'm some genius. Some of it was I was scared of what would happen to me if I got home, having participated in mob mentality. My parents actually went out of their way, not just to correct me when I was wrong, but to tell me what was right, to tell me the way that I should act and the way that I should process information. And just if everybody else jump off of a bridge, are you going to jump off of a bridge too? You know, all of that kind of stuff. They went out of
Right.
their way
Right.
to really drill that into my head, because would I say that would work with everyone? I don't know, but I think too many people rely on common sense, like their kids to have the common sense to know right from wrong. I believe as a parent, you have to teach your child right from wrong. Common sense is, you know, whatever that culture that you're talking about. I don't want to rely on the culture to teach my children common sense and right from wrong.
There you go.
They got to get it from
There
me.
you go.
And the thing becomes, if they're getting it from me, I mean, I got to have it. But if I don't have it, if I fall for mob mentality and, doing whatever, there's a good chance I'm not teaching my child to not do that either.
Let me say this to address the comment in your chat. I love the chat. I don't know why they won't let me chat, but in the chat, let me address this comment. Brother, I'm not telling nobody to run the streets. I'm talking to Emanuel. Me and Emanuel been talking for 20 years about a bunch of stuff just to talk. But in regards to education, today's education is not always in a school. You can get a Google technical certificate. You can get a Cisco technical certificate. You can get a coding technical certificate. You can get certified to be an engineer through Microsoft.
Yep.
You don't even have to go to college. You don't have to invest in a college student loan because a lot of those technical certificates, like CompTIA, I got an A+ computer certification when they first came out. I paid $260 for it. I'm a certified computer technician. I take a computer down and put it right back together. The problem becomes the interdependence of capitalist corporate systems that will recognize them or not. If a Black American has it, generally speaking, you also have to have a college university degree to back those certifications up or significant skills and experience in that study. But technically speaking, people from India, because in India, their culture, their society is built on rebuilding India, so they have emphasized information technology and they've built schools and technical schools around that. And so a lot of people come from India and make it in America on a B1 visa because they have that technical skill, even if they don't have a degree. So I'm not pro running the streets, brother. I don't want to see our children running the streets. But what I'm saying is right now, culturally speaking, and when I say culture, I'm talking about what we're doing as a group. What do you see as a group? What is a group identifier? A group identifier of Black Americans is our music. It is our style of dress. We are the cool factor. Even in the gospel circles, what's his name? Kurt Franklin. He just be taking old P-Funk music and R&B music and putting a Jesus hook on it, because culturally we identify with the drum. Culturally, we identify with music. That's how we communicate. That's where we get our peace. That's where we get our rest. That's where we get our relief, is through music.
And I do agree that music is a part of our culture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the music is a part of the culture, but it has become, when I talk, I'm hoping that we hear accountability on what the United States government, what hindered us was crack cocaine. Crack cocaine came in through the Reagan administration and the Bush Senior administration and the Iran-Contra affair, and them destabilizing Nicaragua by making cocaine one of their biggest exports, and then shipping it to America and making Americans a bunch of drug addicts. Today, even Kroger's is being held accountable for selling too many opiates. Hello? I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, I just said there's no S on Kroger. But I Marquetta, I appreciate your call. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I ain't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah,
you have a good day. I ain't been boycotting you. I told you I'm a court reporter now, so I be in hearings.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, you never told me that.
I did tell you when you go on the record in Congress. Anyway, enjoy your day. When I have some time, I'll be listening. Yeah, you had me cracking up on a couple of things today. I really think you ought to sit down and write some jokes out. And comedy is also a big part of our culture. Our comedians shape our culture as well. So I think you should sit down, think of some clean comedy, and just do a stand-up routine in front of the mirror. I swear to God, you'll make it. You be good.
Marquetta, I appreciate your call. All right, that was Marquetta. Y'all, my time is up. I got to get out of here. I got some shirts I got to print. And I got some screens. I got to reclaim some screens in order to do it. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I don't have the answer. There are answers. But like I started off the show, I think I just started off the show. I don't want us to be too hard on us. Okay? I don't want us to be too hard. Hold on, I got Twin calling. Hold on. Got to take his call. Twin!
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, she was spitting some knowledge. I like that. Why ain't asking why she was selling drugs at 14?
I don't know, because it wasn't the topic of the conversation. I never asked
but you,
Twin. No, I never asked you why you were selling drugs at 14 either.
yeah, I wasn't selling drugs at 14. But she was spitting some knowledge too. But I was just making her understand why you ain't question her or whatever.
Because she wasn't. No, I can answer. Because she wasn't claiming that she was trying to save and on the verge of saving and cleaning up the community until somebody gave her drugs to sell. That was our point of contention.
I'm saying, did she poison the community too? You criticized me yesterday about it.
Again, my criticism was not.
You said you'll take somebody to the dope house.
Again, my criticism.
No, man, you wrong. Wrong is wrong, right is right, man.
No.
You hypocritical, man.
No.
Yes, you are.
Again, my criticism was not that you sold drugs exclusively. That was not the exclusive criticism. The criticism was it was the juxtaposition of, hey, we are cleaning up the community, and we were on the verge of having the community clean, but then they gave us drugs to sell. As if your goal is to clean up the community and they give you drugs, you had to sell it. Like you were saying it like we were such an honorable group and we just sold drugs and it didn't take away from our honor. That was my criticism of you.
Only time it got ugly when, there's always a big jealousy and envy in anything between the black people. He making more money than me. That block over there, the west side, making more money than the south side. That's how that all came about. It wasn't no you go buy my stuff and all that.
But
it was jealousy and envy.
It sounds to me like you still don't understand the issue.
I understand a lot. It's just you just hypocritical.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say that you don't understand. Let me get it out first before you retort. Okay? You don't understand the criticism being we are the agency for cleaning our community, but that same agency for cleaning our community is the agency that they gave us drugs and we went and poisoned the community, but we still seem to think that we were cleaning it. Do you not see how those two don't go together?
I see now, but you still, I don't care what you say, you still hypocritical. Okay, I thank God for Cat Williams, though. He let everybody know this is your exposed. If you go lie, you can just lie. Tell the truth. You ain't got to lie. Whatever's in the dark will come to the light, man. That's all I'm saying. But you still hypocritical.
How?
I don't care what you say.
How? Hypocritical how?
It's wrong.
How?
You ain't ask her and everything, but you want to criticize me and that for what I do.
Again, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll call you tomorrow to finish this. I got milk to do.
Do the milk.
All right, man.
All right. Okay. He said he understood, but I don't think he really understood. I don't think he understood. But he said he did. I take his word for it. He thought that the criticism was just because you sold drugs. And to be completely honest, I didn't hear or perceive Marquetta saying that she sold drugs. I honestly thought what she said was, and apparently I misheard her, I thought she said she had a friend who wanted to get some drugs and wanted to sell her some meat. And so basically I thought she went and bought the drugs and traded for the meat. So I misunderstood what she said, apparently, because that was what I thought she said. Apparently, I was wrong. She said she was selling drugs, but I misunderstood it. But all right, y'all. I don't know. Raven about to let me. She told a whole story. Says she sold her friend's aunt some drugs. Hold on, where did it go? In exchange for some meat. Okay, again, I just misheard her. I thought I misheard her. It happens from time to time. But okay. And people are, no, she sold drugs to her friends, people, E-Man. Okay, I misheard her. And that's all right. And then the friend got mad at her for doing it, and they stopped talking. Yeah, again, I misheard her, but okay. All right, y'all. Well, my time is up. I got to go make some shirts. I might show them to y'all when I'm done. You never know. Y'all go out, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. It's still light out. I mean, it must be getting close to time for the close to when the time changes. Because typically when I'm done at around 5 o'clock, I look up and it's dark. But it's actually still light out, so that's a good thing. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Do something good. Do something nice for yourself. Get ready for Thanksgiving. Get ready for Valentine's Day. It could be Thanksgiving. You could be thankful for, what somebody gives you. I just said the wrong thing. That's it. I try to clean it up, but it ain't really no cleaning it up. It's Valentine's Day coming up. Get yourself ready for Valentine's Day. Get all your plans together. Whatever you do, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.